Hi, I'm Michelle Ozymy with Knob and Key Realty, and I'm here with one of our clients, Fawn Rumfield. Her and her family bought a home with us. It was their first home here in Waxahachie 3.5 years ago, and it was a complete renovation project.
Yes, it was.
Fawn, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely, I'm excited to be here.
Tell me a little bit about your house.
Well, our house is a historic property here in downtown Waxahachie, and when we were in the process of looking for a home, we were expecting our first child, and so we were kind of looking. Yes, so we were looking for something kind of small, like a little bit of project. We kind of liked the idea of having some work to do, and we kind of thought, okay, we'll look for a house that'll be like a 3 to 5 year timeline, and then we found this. And it's been a lot, but it's been really fun.
I remember you guys actually worked with my husband on the purchase of the home.
Yes.
And I don't remember why, but I was here on closing day, I think, to hand off the keys. And when I was walking through with Alan, I was like, because I knew that you were pregnant.
Yes. And
I was like, are you sure?
Yes.
I told Alan, I was like, is this a good idea for them? Because we're always
concerned. Probably wasn't.
But here we are all this time later, and how many kids later?
So we have 2. We're expecting our 3rd.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This is it. We're after this, it's done. But yeah, we closed on the house right at my 3rd trimester.
Wow.
And so for 3 months, we just worked nonstop every day.
Yeah.
And we moved in right before our first, week and a half before we had our first baby.
Wow.
So it's been exciting ever since.
You've done some incredible things in here. What caught my eye and what brought us here today is the paint job you've done on the house, which we will show pictures, and it is absolutely beautiful. So tell me all the things that you've done. We've taken a lovely tour. What are the 3 favorite things that you've done?
Okay, so 3 favorite things. Probably the first thing I would say that we kind of discovered before we moved in, when we were kind of uncovering things, taking things out, carpet and that kind of thing, is we discovered the original hardwood floors in the living area, which was under 5 layers of different flooring, and it was like you could see the era and the decade of oh, this must have been from the 1970s, and then it was peel that back, oh, this must have been from before that, and peel that back. And we didn't know what we were gonna find, but thankfully we did find the original heart pine floors underneath. Wow. And we had those were finished, so that was one of the very first things. And then I would say after that we've done a lot of really fun just paint jobs. And so I've done a couple of really fun accent walls just on a whim.
Yes.
And so another one would be our Dalmatian wall. It's kind of a focal point of our living space.
It's fantastic.
And I just did that on a whim. I literally had no plan. I just picked up a paintbrush and a can of paint that I had in the garage one day and was like, I think this would look good. And I mean, that was a couple of years ago and it's still here. So I mean,
it's great.
Thank you.
You're very creative.
Thank you. I feel like it's kind of it's just paint. So, I mean, if it doesn't work out, you can just start over.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd thing?
Oh, the 3rd thing, obviously, is what we just finished, and that is the exterior of our home. So we had everything repainted. We also brought back kind of what was an exterior porch on one side. We have actually 3 porches on the house, but one porch had been enclosed, and we have an old picture of the house from the 1980s, and it was boarded up. So for at least 40 years, it's been boarded up and enclosed. And so we opened that up, and finally we're able to restore the siding and restore some of the window trim that was there. And then we painted everything, and it's all black. And we based that on some really prominent San Francisco Victorian.
It's beautiful.
Yes, and so thank you. So yeah, we based it on some prominent homes that we had seen online, and we love it.
I think it's great.
Thank you.
So what's next?
So what is next is we are going to do a full restoration of our stairs. Like I said, our home was built in 1895, and the stairs are one of the few original features. We don't really have very many original features. Most of the home's history has been pretty frequent buying and selling, so there hasn't been a long history of like a certain family that lived here for long periods of time. And I think that frequent buying and selling kind of resulted in a lot of quick renovation jobs over the years. And so the stairs are probably our only truly original feature aside from the floors. And so they need some structural work, so we're going to work on that. And then in our entryway where our stairs are, we have a really fun, like period appropriate tile job that we're going to do that I'm really excited about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you are documenting all of this on your Instagram page, right?
Yes, yes.
You want to tell us what your Instagram handle is?
So my Instagram handle is Rumfield Homestead, and it's just Rumfield is our last name, and it's just about our home and the projects that we're doing and what we're working on, and also kind of like the misadventures, because we sometimes don't know what we're doing, but I kind of share that as well because it is comically relatable.
Absolutely.
We're, first time homeowner, we just have a young family, and so it is not always easy, and we definitely don't always know what we're doing, but we're just trying to figure it out.
So would you do this again?
Yes. I will say we were definitely naive when we bought the house, and I would say we bit off more than we could chew, but I would not change it for the world, and we definitely would do it again.
That's awesome. Any advice for first-time home buyers?
I don't want to say necessarily go for the biggest project possible.
Because you did.
Because I did, and I don't think it is necessarily for everyone. But don't be disappointed, I guess, when the right thing doesn't, or when something that you're looking for necessarily doesn't come along. We lost out on some homes that we had put offers on, and we were outbid, and we were really disappointed because we thought that was what we wanted, and then this came along, and it was like if we had gotten that other house, we would never have been here. Exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. So I think, and it's hard to like wait, and it's hard to be patient, and it's hard to not feel the disappointment, but like the right thing is always gonna work out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
You've done some beautiful work, and I can't wait to show everyone on our story some of the pictures. And please make sure you go and follow her on Instagram. You want to tell us again what it is?
Yes, it is at Rumfield Homestead. And you can see all of the process of our house, and some of the earliest pictures of what it looks like when we first moved in, and then just what we're up to day to day. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And if you guys out there have any questions about buying or selling and what that may look like for you, please give us a call. Again, I'm Michelle with Knob & Key Realty.